Welcome to the Executive Summary. Greg McKeown, a leadership and strategy consultant, wrote Essentialism to help individuals and organizations focus on what is truly vital. If that is the kind of clarity you're looking for, like this video and subscribe now. Here is what you need to know. Most leaders believe success is achieved by doing more, by saying yes to every opportunity that presents itself. Greg McKeown spent years studying the world's most effective individuals and discovered the precise opposite is true. True impact comes from the disciplined pursuit of less. This pervasive myth of more is better leaves countless leaders feeling perpetually overwhelmed, stretched too thin, and busy without being truly productive. Your team's focus fragments, critical projects stall, and your personal well-being erodes, all because the essential is buried beneath a mountain of the non-essential. By the end of this summary, you will possess a clear framework for discerning what truly matters, eliminating the trivial, and designing your life and leadership to make your highest possible contribution with greater ease and impact. McKeown's insights are not mere theory. They are forged from his extensive consulting work with global powerhouses like Apple, Google, and Nike, and his academic rigor from Stanford and Cambridge. This is a blueprint for leaders who refuse to be defined by busyness. Let's now delve into the profound simplicity of essentialism. In 2014, Greg McKeown introduced Essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less, a book that quickly became a landmark in leadership and personal development literature. McKeown, an alumnus of Stanford's Graduate School of Business and currently conducting doctoral research at the University of Cambridge, drew upon his extensive experience as a leadership and strategy consultant for companies such as Apple, Google, and Facebook. His work assessing senior executives globally, coupled with his personal struggle with overcommitment, provided the fertile ground for the book's core philosophy. The book was conceived to address a pervasive modern affliction, the feeling of being constantly stretched too thin, overworked and underutilized, and busy but not productive. In an era of overwhelming choices and relentless distractions, McKeown observed that success itself often becomes a trap. As individuals and organizations achieve more, they are presented with an ever-increasing array of opportunities, which, paradoxically, can dilute focus and energy, pulling them away from what truly matters. This phenomenon, which he terms the paradox of success, is the central problem essentialism seeks to solve. Essentialism matters profoundly because it offers a counterintuitive yet powerful antidote to the modern epidemic of overcommitment and burnout. It challenges deeply ingrained societal myths, such as the belief that we can have it all, or I have to do everything, and provides a systematic approach to discerning the vital few from the trivial many. The book provides a framework for leaders to regain control of their choices, focus their efforts on their highest contribution, and achieve greater impact by doing less but better, rather than simply doing more. It is not about how to get more things done, it is about how to get the right things done. The book resonates with a diverse and influential audience, from executives at global corporations like Microsoft and Nike, to military commanders, entrepreneurs, and senior pastors. Its concepts have been championed by public figures and have even influenced political discourse, underscoring its universal applicability. The central argument is clear. The disciplined pursuit of less is the pathway to making your highest possible contribution towards the things that truly matter, enabling you to do fewer things better and achieve greater impact with less effort. Lesson 1. Choose. The power of deliberate choice. The fundamental insight of essentialism is that you always possess the power of choice. An essentialist understands that their life is not merely a series of reactions to external demands, but a deliberate construction of their own making. They actively choose where to invest their finite time and energy, rather than allowing the agendas of others to dictate their trajectory. This is about living by design, not by default. McKeown asserts that every decision, even the decision to do nothing, is a choice. Crucially, saying yes to one thing inherently means saying no to countless others. This demands a profound shift in mindset, challenging the ingrained assumption that we must accommodate every request or opportunity. Instead, it invites us to embrace the liberating freedom to choose what is truly important, aligning our actions with our deepest values and priorities. Consider a chief executive officer faced with a multitude of promising investment opportunities for their company. A non-essentialist might attempt to pursue several, fearing they might miss out. An essentialist, however, will apply rigorous criteria, deliberately choosing the one or two opportunities that align most perfectly with the company's core mission and long-term vision. This conscious decision to say no to other good, but not great, options ensures maximum focus and resource allocation, preventing dilution of effort and maximizing potential return. Your challenge: reflect on one area in your professional or personal life where you currently feel you are operating by default, merely reacting to circumstances. How can you reclaim your power of choice this week? Making a conscious decision to steer your course rather than drift. Lesson 2. Discern the vital few from the trivial many. Essentialists are characterized by their extreme selectivity. They possess an acute ability to distinguish the vital few opportunities that offer exceptional value and align with their highest contribution from the trivial many that are largely worthless or distracting. This discernment is not passive. It involves applying rigorous, often extreme, criteria to evaluate every potential commitment. Greg McKeown provides a powerful heuristic for this process, the 90% rule. The principle is simple yet profound. If an opportunity isn't a clear yes to meaning it scores 90% or higher on importance, alignment, and enthusiasm, to then it should be treated as a clear no. This rigorous discernment acts as a powerful filter, preventing the dilution of effort and ensuring that focus remains exclusively on what yields the highest contribution. It is about removing the noise to amplify the signal. Imagine a military commander planning a critical operation. They are presented with numerous potential objectives, each with its own tactical appeal. An essentialist commander will identify the single most important objective to perhaps securing a specific bridge vital for troop movement. They will then ruthlessly eliminate any secondary objectives or potential distractions, even if they seem beneficial in isolation, if those could in any way compromise the primary goal. This laser-like focus ensures that all resources and efforts are concentrated on the one thing that will guarantee mission success. Your challenge: take your current project list or your top 3 professional commitments. Apply the 90% rule. For each, ask yourself, if I rated this on a scale of 0 to 100, how enthusiastic would I be about pursuing this? If any project scores below 90%, seriously consider eliminating, delegating, or significantly reducing your involvement immediately. Lesson 3. Eliminate the courage to say no. The ability to discern the essential is meaningless without the courage to eliminate the non-essential. Essentialists possess the fortitude to gracefully say no to requests, opportunities, and even good ideas that do not align with their highest priorities. They understand that saying no is not an act of rejection, but an act of protection to safeguarding their time, energy, and focus for what truly matters. McKeown powerfully states that if you do not prioritize your life, someone else will. The capacity to say no is therefore critical for protecting your most valuable resources. This often means going against prevailing cultural norms, resisting social pressure, and overcoming the fear of disappointing others. It requires a quiet confidence in your own judgment and a clear understanding of your boundaries. Consider a senior pastor, a figure often expected to be endlessly available and involved in every community initiative. Despite immense pressure to join multiple civic boards or participate in numerous external projects, an essentialist pastor will politely but firmly decline those that do not directly serve the core mission and vision of their church. This allows them to dedicate their limited time and energy to their primary pastoral duties, congregational needs, and spiritual development, ensuring their highest contribution is made where it matters most. Your challenge: identify one request or commitment you have recently considered accepting purely out of obligation or a desire to please. Practice saying no to it this week, firmly but respectfully, explaining that you are prioritizing your highest contribution. Observe the impact of this courageous act. Lesson 4. Execute. Make the essential effortless. Discernment and elimination are crucial, but an essentialist also designs their environment and routines to make the execution of essential activities as effortless and automatic as possible. This involves proactively removing obstacles, streamlining processes, and building in buffers to ensure consistent progress without relying solely on willpower. McKeown advocates for creating routines that enshrine what is essential, transforming critical tasks into habits. This involves building momentum through small, consistent wins, and preparing for contingencies with buffers to whether that means extra time, resources, or a clear plan for unexpected challenges. This proactive approach minimizes friction, reduces decision fatigue, and maximizes consistent, high-quality progress on the essential. Take the example of a Fortune 500 CEO who recognizes the essentiality of strategic thinking for the long-term health of their organization. Rather than hoping to find time for it, they proactively block out dedicated deep work periods in their calendar to perhaps every Tuesday morning to free from meetings, emails, and phone calls. They communicate this boundary clearly to their executive team, creating an organizational expectation. This makes focused strategic work an effortless routine rather than a reactive, often neglected task. Your challenge: identify one essential activity that you consistently struggle to do or to do consistently. How can you redesign your environment, schedule, or routine this week to make that activity almost effortless, removing as many points of friction as possible? Lesson 5. Focus: the power of play and sleep. Counterintuitively, essentialists recognize that activities often dismissed as luxuries, such as play and sufficient sleep, are in fact essential for optimal performance, creativity, and discernment. They're not viewed as time stolen from work, but as vital investments in their capacity to contribute at their highest level. McKeown defines play as any activity pursued simply for the joy of it, without a specific objective. This seemingly unproductive time is crucial for relieving stress, exploring new options, fostering creativity, and maintaining a sense of perspective. Equally, he stresses that adequate sleep is non-negotiable for making sound decisions, maintaining focus, and operating at peak cognitive function. He argues that many individuals are simply accustomed to being tired, mistaking chronic fatigue for normal operating conditions. Consider an entrepreneur grappling with a complex strategic problem that seems insurmountable. Instead of relentlessly pushing through, an essentialist entrepreneur might take a deliberate break for a playful activity, perhaps a long walk in nature, an hour spent on a hobby, or engaging in a lighthearted conversation with family. Often, it is during this non-productive time that the mind, freed from conscious effort, makes unexpected connections, leading to breakthroughs and clearer thinking that were elusive during intense work. Your challenge: how can you intentionally incorporate 30 minutes of genuine play, an activity purely for joy, without a specific objective, into your schedule this week? Furthermore, commit to ensuring you get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night, recognizing it as a critical component of your essential performance. Lesson 6. Protect the asset: the importance of boundaries. Finally, essentialists understand that their most valuable asset is themselves, their time, energy, and focus. To protect this asset, they set clear, robust boundaries. These boundaries are not seen as restrictive, but as liberating, enabling greater focus and preventing external demands from hijacking their agenda. McKeown argues that setting limits is a proactive act that allows for deeper focus and prevents the constant erosion of personal resources. He describes these boundaries as one-time decisions that make 1,000 future decisions, significantly reducing decision fatigue. By establishing clear parameters, an essentialist creates a protected space for their essential work and life, ensuring their highest contribution is sustainable. Imagine a leader who establishes a strict no meetings on Friday afternoons policy for their entire team. This is not arbitrary. It is a boundary designed to create protected time for individual deep work, strategic planning, or professional development. By safeguarding this time, the leader prevents constant interruptions and ensures their team has dedicated blocks for focused, high-value tasks, ultimately enhancing collective productivity and well-being. Your challenge: what is one clear boundary you need to establish this week to protect your most valuable resource, be it your time, energy, or focus, from external demands or internal distractions? How will you communicate and uphold this boundary? Now, let us distill these profound principles into 3 concrete actions you can implement this week to begin your journey towards essentialism. Move 1. The no practice. This week, be acutely aware of incoming requests or opportunities. Identify just one non-essential request that comes your way, something that does not align with your absolute highest priorities. Practice politely but firmly saying no to it. You might explain that you're currently prioritizing your highest contribution and cannot commit to anything further at this time. This is not about being unhelpful, but about being strategic with your finite resources. Move 2. The 90% rule audit. Take a critical look at your current top 3 projects or commitments, whether professional or personal. For each, ask yourself, if I rated this on a scale of 0 to 100, how enthusiastic would I be about pursuing this right now? If any of these projects score below 90% on your enthusiasm and importance scale, seriously consider what steps you can take to eliminate, delegate, or significantly reduce your involvement. This exercise forces brutal honesty about where your energy is best spent. Move 3. Design your essential hour. Identify one single, essential task that, if consistently moved forward, would make the most significant contribution to your most important goal. This week, schedule a dedicated, uninterrupted hour to work on only that task. During this hour, eliminate all distractions, turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and communicate to your team or family that you are unavailable. This is about creating a sacred space for your highest leverage activity. If this summary has provided you with clarity and actionable insights, we encourage you to like this video and subscribe to the Executive Summary. By joining our community, you ensure you never miss out on the distilled wisdom of the world's most impactful leadership literature. Hit the notification bell to stay informed. Next week, we will be breaking down another seminal work that challenges conventional thinking and empowers leaders to achieve extraordinary results. Remember, true leadership is not about doing more, but about doing what truly matters. Master the disciplined pursuit of less. So, remember, by embracing essentialism, you can focus on what truly matters to achieve meaningful results. If you found this summary helpful, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell for more executive insights.